Sziasztok, én Martin vagyok, és elérkeztünk egy újabb Nézzünk bele részhez, ami mostanában elég sűrűn van, de ez nyilván nem baj. A jelenlegi részben a The Forgotten City-t fogjuk megnézni, ami nem is olyan nagyon régen jelent meg PC-n, de az Xbox Game Pass-ben is megtalálható. Legalábbis nekem ugye onnan van meg, de biztos máshol is, Steam-en, Epic-en, ilyen helyeken megtalálható. Kicsit én már belenéztem a játékba, de annyira még nem egyelőre. Annyi biztos, hogy mi a jövőből megyünk vissza a múltba, valamilyen oknál fogva. Úgyhogy nyomjunk egy new game-et és nézzük meg, hogy tovább tudunk-e jutni annál, mint ameddig én eljutottam. Napjaink. Szerbusz néni.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Igen, itt lehet választani férfi vagy nő, de most férfiak leszünk. Legyen így, és akkor megkapjuk
Well,
szépen.
it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
I'm searching for ancient ruins. I was on the ground from below. Kerestünk valami.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course.
Jó,
Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
Először is így, ki a tököm vagy? Nagyon nem. Végig kérdezzük, és akkor...
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Miért nem
Alright,
mondod?
fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Na, köszönöm szépen, hogy elmondtad, Karen.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Oké. Hol
You
vagyunk?
really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Olaszországban, Tiber folyónál.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
De persze, pont arról vagyok híres, hogy menni rögtön
So
egy
you're ready to go look
idegenbe.
for Al?
Idegenbe megbízok.
My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Jó, úgy flashlight. Remek. Oké. Printelünk, mint az állat.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except
Nem vihetem
the
magammal?
inscription here. It reads,
Francba.
"You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged." The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise.
Rohagy meg, azt meg akartam még nézni.
The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
Fussunk, mint az állat. Csá. Ő felakasztott valaki. Ez ő. Aha, jó, rendben van.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Hát akkor irány a portálon át. Azt hittem meg lehet magamat nézni, de nem. Quest tracking, igen. Jó. Hello, haver.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
They've just come from the fuel. Ezt biztos, hogy nem. Igen, ezt fogom választani. Őrültnek nézne, ha azt mondom, hogy hello, a jövőből jöttem.
Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Jó, menjünk,
When I
követlek.
first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see,
És
we've got a
használjuk
nice
ezt az
little community now.
autoguide-ot.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you. She's, it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom.
De akkor ez nem is zigorok, hanem ez a régi Olaszország lenne. Ugye régi időkben, ahogy kinézett.
And what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live. So don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Inkább követem, ez egy katona, nekem nincs fegyverem, azt ha nem követem, akkor lehet, hogy megtámad aztán.
When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10.
Egyébként szerintem rohadt jól néz ki.
And whoever drew the short straw had to...
Bár lehet, hogy ezt csak én gondolom így.
Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective.
Jó, nyilván van olyan játék, ami jobban néz ki, mint ez, de szerintem ez sem néz ki rosszul.
Because the Golden Roll is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Igen, vele kell beszélgetni. Harbusz. Regember.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Well, I'm not sure I believe that. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold.
Mythologia.
We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Tudod mit? Mondjuk-e?
2,000 years? That is unfathomable.
Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
Jó.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule? Wonderful.
Jó.
Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Meglátom, mit tehetek.
Ave. Ave.
Beléd is.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Hey, Horatius. How's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I'm a stoic, remember?
If the old man couldn't even keep his own daughter safe, how can anyone trust him to keep us safe, eh?
Why do I get the feeling you lot had something to do with Scintilla's death?
That's it. Blame
Oké,
everyone.
ez zára van.
If I find out you did something to help them,
As if I'll be afraid of you, little man.
És csak forgatni lehet. Nincs itt senki. Oké. Onnan jöttem. Akkor erre elnézünk. Csáta, ki vagy?
Arve. A new face. Arve, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Van időm.
It goes like this.
Borsis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Borsis and Philemon lived. Now the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Borsis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish." So old Borsis and Philemon escape up into the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together. Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
Most bocsátkozzak vele idézősen vitába, vagy mondja azt, hogy oké, jó.
I'm pleased to hear it. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Jó.
Certainly. See you again soon, I hope.
Nézzük, hogy továbbiakban mi van még. Majd arra is mindjárt elnézünk, először megnézzük ezeket a helyeket. Halló? Téged is kerestelek.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here, with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out. Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we? Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable... Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Hear what? You sure you're... She claimed the statues were whispering to her, but I digress. Do you want this silphium or not? Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget? Very well. Another time.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Valami történt, ami nem jó. Hát, oké. The shrine and use his portal again. Give some... Oh.
Oh, and...
Kösz, bármi is ez, kösz.
All right, see you around.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
Erje, nem jó, nem jó, nem jó, nem jó helyen vagyok. Oké, nem tudsz mozogni, értem.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is... She needs the... What? Quick, Yulia. Hopefully in a moment. That was extraordinary. could you know she needed this exact medicine? You just... And maybe in the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. That's a shame.
Na várjál. Find the way into the place. I hear Nivea locked herself in the place. I should find her.
Salve. Salve, stranger, and welcome to our... Very well.
Ah.
We're finally alone. We have? I must have in... Is that about?
Stop it from being broke.
You broke it.
So,
Well, it seems you failed. Look, it...
Can we?
Of course, what it... it looks like... Ask them. An intelligent question. Of course, but beyond... As
ezeket most kicsit végignyomkodom.
I'm glad you agree. The Keith, I have... Unfortunately, I would be... All I can... I have... In... I... Well, Well, I believe you're... As the... Do you... What's... Well, all right. Frankly, if I understand Proserpina's, if you thus... Good. Now, was there something else you wanted to discuss? Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news. Citizen.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Okay. Egyébként szép a játék, csak... Várja, van térkép, vagy valami sem? Jó, nem tudom mi ez a hang, ki beszél hozzám, és miért? Oké. Körbe jöttem. Erre mi van?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Nobody's told you about Hannibal. So, one day, Said he could anyway, so I and hunch a creature. Like a I know what I saw, alright? Without a weapon.
Megyek, ha tetszik, ha nem. Most már megnézem, mi van ide lent. Ez még katakomba akar lenni. Szerintem legalábbis. Ó, hello! Hello! Szevasz! Megyek innen, csá! Nincs nálam fegyver, úgyhogy nem tudlak megölni. Igen. Oké.
A new face. Oh. I don't have... Oh my. I take it... I suppose it's quite... Usually, however, you wouldn't simply... And then... But to be... Let's do it your... You really don't know? I am... Excellent. See you again.
Tehát, hogy még néhány jelzés sincs amúgy. Ez így nem jó. Nem morogjál, nem morogjál. Megnézzük még erre mi van. Elnézzünk még erre is, megnézzük itt mik vannak. Ó, van 246 pénzünk. Oké. Igazából szerintem tök mindegy melyik irányból közelítjük meg. Ki vagy?
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the gold... Ah, another... We've all been... I used to lay awake... I still...
Jó, most nem a...
Oh no. 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 Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire. Don't you think I know that? But why should I care? You're just saying that to buy time. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintillum, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe he went through with it.
Hát ez nem sikerül.
Oh Lord. That poor lamb. I'll have to let everyone know what's happened, and I'd best
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been...
Hát, én ugrottam, ahogy kérte.
Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens, under my...
Hát,
enjoy the freedom you deserve. And, yes, did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever. Well, why have you risked like... You mean the children's... Wait. Nonsense. What? I disagree. True, but that is simply because you are mistaken. I trust you can see yourself through.
Jönnek a küldetések, és így... Nem jutok egyről a kettőre, úgyhogy... ja. Mi van akkor, ha... Csinálok ilyen időparadox lópaszt, vagy nem? Nem. De csak simán megöltem magam.
through the door this time? There's a key just beside it.
Na jó van, én azt hiszem, hogy ez a játék itt most véget ér. Nem hiszem, hogy lesz belőle végigjátszás, mert egyszerűen nem bármelyik küldetést választom ki. Nincs az, hogy mutatna egy irányt ahhoz, hogy tovább jussak. Én jöjjek rá, ami részben jó, részben nem. Néha mutatja, hogy merre menjen az ember. Néha nem tud. Na mindegy. Ennyi lett volna ez a kis bemutató, bár nem hiszem, hogy ezzel a játékosok mindenki tud azonosulni valahogy. Most én is úgy érzem, hogy én sem. Legközelebb játéknál találkozunk, addig is sziasztok!
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.